From their long beaks and tongues to their small bodies with wings that can flap at up to 100 times per second, hummingbirds are one of the most unique animals on the entire planet that look like nothing else on Earth. But why are they so unique while other birds share more similarities than differences? What makes hummingbirds so special, and why did they evolve into the birds that we know and love today? I grew up in an area that had hummingbirds, and I remember the first time I saw them as a kid that their appearance honestly frightened me. They were like nothing that I had ever seen before, and they looked almost alien to me. But as I grew up and became more accustomed to their presence, they became one of my favorite birds, and their uniqueness honestly fascinated me. This fascination quickly turned to curiosity when I started wondering, why are these birds so different from others? The first thing most people notice when seeing a hummingbird for the first time is how fast they can flap their wings. And with wings that flap at around 50 to 80 times per second and produce a buzzing noise, it is easy to see why this is the first thing that catches most people's attention. The reason for their wings flapping so fast mainly has to do with the fact that hummingbirds are pollinators. One of the main sources of food for hummingbirds is nectar that they drink from flowers. And while extracting this nectar, they get pollen on their beaks and heads that they then carry to other flowers to pollinate them. In order to extract this nectar, they need to be able to hover in place with limited movement, and their fast flapping allows them to hover with a level of precision that makes them sit almost completely still in midair while drinking the nectar. Also, their fast flapping allows them to fly at high speeds, which lets them go from flower to flower without having to land to drink any of the nectar. While hovering in place, hummingbirds flap their wings in a figure-8 motion. This is to create both a downward and upward lift at the same time, and when done rapidly, it is what allows the hummingbird to hover in place. The hummingbirds are able to flap their wings so rapidly because they have disproportionately larger wing muscles than other bird species. In fact, the muscles in their wings are so large they make up over a quarter of their bodies by themselves. A common misconception about the hummingbird's long beak and tongue is that it works like a straw that sips up the nectar from the flower. In actuality, their tongues work more like a pump that springs out and splits into two in order to collect the nectar and then goes back into their mouths at an astonishing rate of up to 20 times per second. They need to drink the nectar quickly and lots of it in order to keep up with the incredibly high metabolism they have from their wings flapping so quickly. When I learned these things about the hummingbird, instead of finding their body strange, I started to think that they were fascinating. And I'm not the only one. The way that the hummingbirds use their wings to hover has actually inspired hover technology that we use today on vehicles and robots such as drones. And their tongues have helped engineers understand microfluid technology better, and they have been used as models for robots in the field. Hummingbirds have also helped with biological and climate change research with their migration patterns that have changed over time. Hummingbirds are amazing creatures, and while for some they may seem like a common backyard bird, they are actually one of the most unique species on the entire planet.